Hey everybody, this is the Patzer, and this is the chess.com puzzle for February 16th, 2019. Let's see how it works. As you can see, this is another endgame. White is really in trouble. It's got that pawn that could possibly maybe be promoted if it got lucky. But black's got the queen ready to pounce. So here's how chess.com shows this particular endgame playing out. First, the white bishop comes out to check the black king. The black king then moves in, I guess, in the vain hope of capturing the white pawn before it can move. But the white pawn does move, and of course, at the moment the pawn is protected when it promotes itself by the white bishop. But the black queen moves into position, very, very cleverly forks the white king and the white bishop, knowing full well that when the king gets out of the way, it'll be able to take that bishop, no problem. So the white king does move out of the way, and the black queen does take the bishop. And now the pawn promotes itself, and the reason that chess.com thinks this particular situation is clever is because if, in fact, the black queen takes the white queen, the white king has no legal moves, and it's stalemate. So stalemate's obviously better than losing outright, and so that's what makes this a clever puzzle as far as chess.com is concerned. However, as always, we're going to see, first I'm going to show you how I tried to play it. This is me trying to play it against Stockfish, the Stockfish engine. And I start out trying to imitate the way chess.com handles it. I attack the black king. The black king, though, doesn't move in toward the pawn. Instead, it steps out of the way, and that turns out to be extremely important, as we'll see in a moment. So, again, I see what I can do about getting my pawn promoted. The queen does the very same thing, forks my king and my bishop. So I move the same spot that the chess.com king moves, and as previously announced, the black queen takes the white bishop. And now, as you can see, we're in a totally different situation from the chess.com puzzle, because if I promote my pawn here, well, the black queen can take it, no problem, and it's not stalemate because my king has a legal move. So at this point, I do what I figure I have to do, and that's move the king over to protect the pawn when I try to promote it. And not surprisingly, the queen moves down, and now my pawn has no opportunity to move. It's pinned. So I do some moving around, and the queen moves around, and finally, of course, the king moves in, and now, well, that's it. I lose. So that's how the Patzer, of course, loses, and that's the way it is with the Patzer most of the time. So let's take a look now at how chess.com, or excuse me, how Stockfish, the Stockfish engine, plays itself in this situation. And it's interesting because it doesn't turn out the way chess.com has it turn out, but it does turn out functionally the same. Let's see how this works. Again, the white bishop comes out, checks the king. King moves out of the way. Pawn, desperately tries to move in to promote itself. Black queen, same situation, forking the king and the bishop. King moves over. Queen takes the bishop. And now it's very similar, but here's where here's where white, or Stockfish, I should say, is kind of clever, because the king has now moved into the corner and is saying, sure, take that pawn, make my day, because it's exactly the same situation. The queen takes the pawn and it's stalemate. So that's not an available option for black. So black instead checks the king, and we get a lot of moving around. And of course the white king, stays between G8 and H8, because that way, if the queen takes that pawn, again it'll be stalemate. And here, interestingly, it's now black's turn to move, and there's no immediate check on the white king. So unaccountably, the black king moves up a space, and now the pawn can promote itself, and as if to express the hopelessness of the situation, the black queen takes the white queen, and we have stalemate in a slightly different way. This took a lot more moves, 16 as you can see in total, but it's still the same outcome. So there you have it. There's how Stockfish plays the same position as the Chess.com puzzle presents it. I show you how I lost the game, which of course is inevitable because I'm a Patzer. And that's it for today. And happy chess playing, everybody. Bye-bye.